What is up? Welcome back to another video on the Catch Moments channel. Hope you're all feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. I just want to run you guys down on this vessel, the boat. We've just taken it out on a massive trip. Not massive, 2 nights. Down to the Murray River here in South Australia. I just want to run you down on what is going on. As you can see, the leg is off the hatch where the tank is. That is all in pieces. Everything's in pieces. What is going on? What happened? And I'm going to run you through exactly that. If you have not seen that video, trust me, you want to go check that out. Because we go spend a couple nights in the cabin, but we hit up the river, get the boat out on the boat ramp, and we punch it about 10 k's away from the boat ramp, and we find a nice beach, blah, blah, blah. We end up catching a good amount of carp. It's a pretty good video. I'm there with the family. Great memory for us. Also, it could probably trigger something in your brain to get out there amongst it all and go have some fun. All right, enough chit chat. So leg is off. Why, you ask? Probably because, see this here? That's where it pees from when it's running. Was not doing that as strong as it should have been. We were in the Riverland. The Riverland is a little bit more dirty water, yes, so probably something's been clogged up in there. So I pulled it all apart to check the impeller. Now the impeller's great. That looks good, right? But I realized it wasn't sealed around here properly. So you're supposed to be getting all brand new ones. So I'm gonna reseal that because I don't have one now, and I want to whack that back onto the unit and give it a test run, see if it will pee out of that. Also, we did the prop shaft seals on this motor because we had water in it when I first got it. It had oil in it, gear oil, but it had a little bit of water. So I replaced those, and I've drained it yesterday. Now the oil it's not milky, but it's got a bit of brownness in it. I don't know if that's from when I was using degreaser and all that in the lower unit cleaning it out, or if that's from the river. Other than that, it looks good. Like the gear oil, it's not milky, it still feels like oil, you know. So I think that's all good. I think I've just got to get that all together. Since it's been redrained, I'm going to put some new stuff in there and then we'll see how we go, but I reckon that should be all right. Oh yeah, as you see, it's a mess here. Now I want to run you down, for those of you that did watch the video from the last video from when we went away. I'll show you what I meant when I was explaining all that. So this pickup here, it does have a filter in there. I don't know if the filter's clogged or if it's just too small, because it was restricting the amount of fuel that the engine could take. Right, you with me on that? Understanding? Cool. Being a 3 litre 6-cylinder, it needs that fuel. And I was thinking, when I was out in the water, I was like, maybe that thing's too small. Maybe that's been restricting all the fuel that this bad unit needs. So what I did, I grabbed that stick somewhere out in the bushland. I cut her up, found it the right size, and I squished it in there and plugged it up for now. Then I grabbed the other piece I chopped, and I ended up throwing it straight through here. After I did start it and run it, and we started cruising, I realized it was running way better. Even the primer bulb, when I was priming it, all that fuel, it was getting all the fuel. It was perfect. Ran it, and I realized that was the issue. We were hitting like 84 k's an hour on water. Very fast, speedboat speed, bruv. So this hole here is from the fuel gauge sender. Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it? But we just keep it in there to plug it up because it seals it off. So the job of today, we are running another fuel pickup. It's going to go lower anyway, so either way it's going to go a little bit lower. We're going to be able to use more of this fuel, and it's the right size, correct? So we actually burned through close to 40 litres in 2 days, which is pretty good. That's 2 or 3 trips we've done up and down the river, or more like 4 or 5 trips. So it's not too bad on fuel. I mean, it drinks, but you got the power, so who cares? Just kind of getting everything together. We did have an issue with the second battery. So there's another battery compartment there. There's a battery there. This one is wired up. That one is wired up, but for some reason it wasn't connecting to the unit. So I'm gonna look through that as well. That's right as well. I've got some fuel line here, and I've got to make my own breather for this tank because it needs a breather, right? So we're gonna see if we can tap through here or something like that, run it out there, run it out the side so we don't have any fumes going around here. I didn't have any fume issues, but when I was mucking around in there trying to work on it, I don't know, if I end up sleeping in there on I don't know, some like little trips I go on, even if solo missions or anything like that, and I'm sleeping in that cabin from the rain or something, I do not want the fumes hitting me because I'll be stuck in there. Other than that, man, this thing is a rig. Another issue we had, I forgot to mention, is this hydraulic system. The bolt come off of the outboard arm, I'd call it. Lucky, the last trip we did, like the last little adventure we went on, we got the boat back on the trailer, brought it to the caravan park, and then I noticed there was a bolt sitting on the pod. I was like, man, where is this from? So it ended up vibrating loose and dropping on the pod and not in the water or anything like that. So we were very lucky that we didn't lose steering out there. So lucky about that. Run another bolt, probably a bigger bolt, 2 nuts, Loctite. Never had that issue ever again. Alrighty, that was a bit of a headache. So there's a new one there, ready to go. We'll test if it leaks. Now the old one, that's going to be running there. People probably going to ask, what am I going to do? For now, we're going to run a clear hose, fuel rated, and the hose is going to go from, so that's going to go back on there without losing those bolts, and that's going to come up here and somehow mount it up here, and that way I'll have my fuel level because my gauge does not work at the moment. But for now, I need somewhere to see how much fuel I've got in this big tank, so that there will shine that. There you go. I know what you're thinking. Should I drill into it, blah blah blah, fuel, boom, kaboom. But I had a drain the other day, letting the air out, no fumes. Gotta be careful out there. When you're drilling into your tank and that, you do not want it to go kaboom. I just want to show you guys, because I forgot to. If you can see that little hole in there, that's what it was trying to suck out of. That 3 litre was starving for fuel. So we've gone from that to basically that, if not bigger, on the new one. Alright, so after that last clip, I then end up picking up the camera. Basically put my head down and started getting things done. So this is the outro. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, chit chat with Gabe, leave a comment down below or like the video. If you haven't subscribed, join the family. Chew!